Hello, hi, how are you? I'm still tired. But tonight I'm actually going to get in early. Last night I didn't get to bed till midnight, which is okay. So since starting my new schedule, midnight would have been like an early, but now it's a late. The funny thing is, like literally a week or so before, Aaron was talking about his son staying up late, like and say, "Oh, yeah, remember when you used to stay up? When you could stay up till 2 in the morning? Oh, wait, no, you still do." And I said, "Well, it's because of my schedule. I don't have to get up till 8 o'clock for a 10 o'clock start. And yeah, so I didn't really need it. I was working outside. It kept me awake. I could do all that, and now I can't. But I've never honestly been a morning person. I still don't think I am. So if something should happen with this job, or if I end up, if I apply for something else and it comes along and the job itself isn't terrible, and I do actually have a story to tell you about that today. But the travel is really what's thinking. If I was doing exactly the same job, but it was even if it was in Steve. Now, when I was doing Harlequin, I had to get a bus for I think it was a 20-minute ride. But that was like an 8 o'clock bus for an 8:30 start. That particular bus route was running, I think, closer, wasn't just every hour, every 45 minutes. It was like every half an hour. But there was alternative buses as well. This is literally one bus, one time. If you missed that bus, you're officially late. So, potentially if I had to get a 20-minute bus ride in town, or it wouldn't be a 20-minute bus ride, it'd be like a 10-15 minute bus ride. I could have that extra hour in bed. It would make all the difference. But I get up when I get up because I need the time to wake myself up and get myself sorted out. So that's why I do it. But I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just explaining why I'm so dopey-eyed and looking down more than normal because I'm just tired. But yeah, so that's made it go wonky. Why have you gone wonky? How's that? That's better. So yeah, I said I have a story. So after myself, there are three main players in the story. There is boss, there is supervisor, and there is lady. Now, all three players are female, but since lady doesn't have a title beyond being another worker, yeah. So now yesterday, lady and I were working on we're getting a label machine for bottles of PVA, which is if you don't know what PVA is, which you should do, it's just this stuff, just normal white glue that you get in schools. Obviously these weren't the labels. This is an old bottle I've had from Hobbycraft for ages. No, partners, blimey, this is an old glue. But basically, the thing was going through the machine. The machine was supposed to add the label, spin it round, and come out the other end. But the machine hadn't been set up properly. When it was setting up, it wasn't working properly. So I was just kind of like, while waiting for the machine to get set up, I was kind of hand labeling some. And these were awkward to label. And one of them, I accidentally did upside down. So anyway, we got through that. That was a couple of hours work. Literally a couple of hours, because the guys came to collect them, to take the delivery away, and that's fine. So yeah, she carried on. We did it. She went off and carried on with the job she was doing, and I think I was carrying on with what I was doing before as well. So we both had things to do. So that was yesterday. It was fine. This morning, getting to work, not 100% sure what I'm supposed to be doing. So I sort of hover, and boss is like, "Oh, why don't you go help lady for a little bit?" Now I took for a little bit to mean, either when the job's complete or until I find you something else to do. So I go up and say, "Hello, lady, good morning. boss has told me to come work with you for a little, come help you. How can I help you? How's that best achieved? And she's like, I don't think you can. What? I don't think you can. I don't think you can help me. All right. So anyway, I thought, well, I've been told to go over here, and so I was like picking up. It's basically with stickering cartridges. So you got like double barrel cartridges, tentacle box, and then they have these like nozzles that go with them. So yeah. So I was basically saying, oh, is it like this? No, it's too low. Okay, so is it like this? Oh no, you need to over more. Not actually telling me how to do it, but just like getting grumpy at me. Like, oh, I've been told to come. Anyway, at some point, when supervisor comes in, lady sort of wanders off and starts getting in supervisor's ear. Now, I should point out that it is now, work starts at 8. This is probably like 8:05. I have done nothing except good morning, say good morning, and supervisor's more or less just gotten in the door. I mean, she probably was a little bit earlier doing some whatever stuff that she needs to do. But yeah, this is basically the first official thing she's doing today, is getting it in the ear. And the words I heard coming across were like, oh, babysitting, and she did it upside down, and like, I don't watch it. And I'm like, stood there. I'm like, am I? What? Why? And she's like, I'm not doing it, it's not fair, I'm not doing it, I'm just essentially, to cut it short, she got a super grump on, didn't want to basically share, like, this is my job, and literally walked out the building. She put away her sellotape, she grabbed her bag, and she's like huffed out saying, if you want me, you know where I'll be. Left the building. I will say, as a side note, we'll call him Sticker Man because he does the printouts for the stickers we need. Basically turned around and goes, what a prat. I'm like, thank you, Sticker Man, I kind of needed that. So I'm like, am I in trouble with what's going on? And supervisor comes over and reassures me that don't worry, it's just she's got a Mardy on, and later on, because I said, so supervisor reassured me, told me not to worry about it. There's a couple of other people so I just carried on, and I was like, oh, am I doing this? Am I doing this correctly? Is this? I said, yeah, you'll be fine. You carry on. She's kind of super stressed. I have to, because there's no sellotape, I have to go find another tape gun because I know where one's hidden. So I went and grabbed that, and someone else asked me what happened. I said, I told her, and she's, oh, bloody hell. This is all this is taking place. I think we've not even hit 8:15 yet. We'll say 8:30 for sort of, because wandering around and getting stuff and talking to people. But yeah. And she was just a nightmare. So I carry on. At some point, another lady comes over and helps me. And she's, so what was that about? I told her, and she's, oh, for God's sake. And yeah, so that was kind of the thing. And just as a nice little capper, like I said, she didn't show me how to do anything. So I was making up boxes. We have 3 labels. We have the product label, we have a warning label, and we have like a temperature label because it's like a temperature sensitive product. Fairly standard stickers, really. And I, again, haven't been shown what to do, so I followed the boxes. I put the two stickers on the front and one on the back, and someone came up to me, that's not how you do them, that's not how it's supposed to go. Yeah, those are too far over. You need to, I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough. I'm sorry I'm doing it wrong, but picks up a box that lady had already done. So I was just following this. And so like, oh, so right. So not only did she get a Mardy on, but she wasn't doing the job properly in the first place. Anyway, the quality control guy came along and said, oh, well, yeah. He basically said we should do them correctly from that point forward, but not to worry about fixing the previous ones. And then, as it turns out, that the guys came to collect it, so everyone had a pile on at one point. There was like 4 of us doing it, including Boss Lady, who I said I was going to come and say hi and apologise or whatever, and but supervisor had spoken to me, and she's like, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. She's a miserable cunt. Yeah, excuse my French. And I'm like, you're the boss. Yeah, so apparently she's got a bit of a reputation. So that was my day. How was yours? That story took longer than I expected. Anyway. Let's see. Let's hope it's a quick question that I could answer in a minute. Okay. No, not really a minute question. If you could, excuse me, if you could live in another era, which would you choose and why? Define live, because any era has, you know, things around it that are not as glam or as wonderful or as interesting as you think that era. So if we're talking like extended vacay for like 5 years or something, then probably the 30s. Like, and I'd have to be like proper high society 30s, because damn do I love me some Art Deco and a bit of flapper and a bit of that whole thing, the jazz era. I'm not always a big fan of jazz itself. I have tried listening to some, so in doses. It can be quite fun. So yeah, that the pre-depression, or when was it? The depression was 29, wasn't it? So post-depression, jazz era. Or you know, at the very least, sort of be in the upper echelons. Yeah. If we're talking more of a long-term thing, because obviously, you know, you're in the jazz era, war's just happened and war's just about to happen, so very narrow window where things are still going to be cool. I would have originally, if you'd asked me this when I was actually a kid, I probably would have said Egyptian times, like ancient Egyptian times, because I'd just been studying them and it looked fascinating. But now I'm thinking maybe Greece, or like, we're not just talking era, we're talking like a specific country in that era, because it's the history of that country. So I suppose if we stick to England, well, not the Roman times, although women back then didn't do too badly. I think the Industrial Revolution was probably interesting, but again, unless you're kind of highfalutin, not necessarily a good time and place for women. Oh, excuse me. I just need some tea. As you can tell, my throat's going a little. And my tablet's going crazy. Oh, right. I don't. Victorian era would be quite interesting. Especially for the costumes. I've always said I'm not very particularly girly, and I don't necessarily want to wear dresses and stuff all the time in my daily life. If I choose to, though, I you know, I can bust out a skirt and look quite pretty, but some of the stuff they wore was quite nice. Honestly, I don't think I'd want to live full time in any particular era outside of my own, because I'm a person of my time. But if I could visit and spend, you know, more than a week or so, like extended time, yeah, maybe 6 months. I say 6 months to 5 years. Then yeah, there's a few I'd like to go see, visit. It'd be kind of cool. But I'm happy where I am. I'm happy living this life in this era. But feel free to, if you've got thoughts and ideas on this, because obviously, as always, I've been very interested to hear other people's ideas and opinions, because why wouldn't I? But I am very tired and I need to get this uploaded so I can get myself sorted out. So I can maybe get an early night tonight. Alright, my lovelies, if you have been, thank you for watching. You are awesome. I completely appreciate you. I've been Michelle, you've been listening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.